Hello everyone, Josh first back at it again, and here is video number 2 of 3 for today. Now we're talking about Blaze Dingo, who is a light attribute, which is amazing because much like the new Air Minthra as well, we don't see too many light heroes in the current, meta of PvP. Usually we see a lot of dark heroes. We don't see too many of the light ones at all. So this is definitely nice to see. Another thing is he's a 4-star, obviously. He's a Soul Weaver, so keep that in mind. He's a Soul Weaver. He gives you an attack percentage on his devotion, obviously. So if you guys got any of those 4-star fire dingoes laying around, you can go ahead and feed those in and get that attack percentage up for the rest of your team. Let's go ahead and take a look at his stats real quick. Now, keep in mind, he's a natural 4-star, not a 5-star, so he is losing that 3% stats that a natural 5-star would have. So of course the CP is going to be a little bit lower. However, I feel like his stats are a little bit on the lower end, especially when it comes to HP, especially for a Soul Weaver character. But his speed is pretty modest, defense is pretty okay, and his attack is right around middle of the pack as well. So not too bad there. Really just is lacking on his HP. But it's fine because he's not really going to be a tank type of unit. He's going to be more of an offensive unit because of his skill set. Now, his skill set is actually pretty damn crazy. Now, according to the skill multipliers that were leaked in the skill data table, his S1 heals 50%, his S2 heals 30%, and his S3 heals 300% based on his attack. So the third one actually scales to attack. So right off the bat, I feel like if you want to get the most healing out of this guy, you'd probably want to go ahead and run maybe an attack and crit, because crit will also help with his S2. So I think attack and crit is definitely probably the most recommended build for him. There's probably other builds that you could do, obviously, but I feel like since he's going to be more of a DPS slash healing unit, which is pretty crazy, I just really like the attack and crit set for him because I just think it'll be very, very good. You could even try to run speed and crit with him as well if you want to try and get a good speed set that has attack, substats, and maybe even a main stat on the right sides. I mean, you could pull that off if you'd like to make him a little bit faster, but definitely want to build this guy with attack. Definitely want to get this guy's crit percentage up pretty high as well. That way you can trigger that S2. Now, let's talk about his skills, which are very, very good. So his S1 attacks an enemy with a sharp dagger, healing all allies with, healing the ally with the, healing all, that'd be crazy. Healing the ally with the lowest health. Amount recovered increases proportional to the damage dealt. So the more damage you do, the more he heals. And he heals 50% of whatever damage he does to the ally with the lowest health. So pretty big amount of healing if you get this guy's attack power up quite high. So if you do a lot of damage, 50% of that on his S1 will be healed to an ally. Now his S2, where it gets really interesting. 3-turn cooldown. You can go ahead and raise that damage up an additional, I think, 35% with skill enhancement. Attacks all enemies with a giant gauntlet, healing the ally with the lowest health. A critical hit activates punishment, which is his S1. Amount recovered increases proportional to the damage dealt. Now his S2 heals 30% of your total damage. But remember, you're doing an AoE attack. So that 30% may be lower than the first one, which is 50%, but you still have higher potential to heal because you're hitting up to 4 enemies potentially at once. So very good healing. And a critical hit activates punishment, which then lets you proc his S1, which again heals an additional 50%. So his healing potential and damage potential is insane. I am actually legitimately hyped for Blaze Dingo. I really, really want to pull this guy. I can't believe I'm saying in 2019 I'm going to pull Dingo, but this Dingo is really, really good. His S3, 5 turns, which you can get to a 4-turn cooldown with skill enhancement. He does have a soul burn, consumes 2 soul charges, aka 20 souls. Which grants you an extra turn. He has invincibility and increased attack on his S3. He can get an additional, looks like 30% healing. And now this heals 200%. 200% of whatever your attack is. So, my God. Heals an ally and the caster with sacred power. Grants invincibility for 1 turn. So he has his own internal protection, and increases attack for 2 turns, which of course is 50% attack boost. Amount recovered increases proportional to the caster's attack. So long story short, Blaze Dingo, if you pull him, lock him up, Build him up. He's amazing. He is absolutely phenomenal. He is he could be a potential heavy DPS unit for you, even though his base attack stat is pretty low, so you're going to have to definitely invest more into his attack. But when you get it up to, I'd say, at least 3k plus, which would probably be a sweet spot for Dingo, wow. Because he's going to heal, and heal some more on all 3 of his skills. His S2 can proc S1 with a critical hit. This dude is crazy. I'm more hyped for Dingo after I see all these skills enhancements and all this other stuff that we just talked about. I'm more hyped for Dingo than I am even the new Charles. And I love the new Charles. I'm a big Charles fanboy. I like his skill set. I like what he can bring to the table. Very good. But when I saw Blaze Dingo's skills, I almost shat myself because he is phenomenal. I don't think I've been this hyped up for a 4-star character in a long time. But this guy is phenomenal. If you pull Blaze Dingo, double thumbs up. GG. Congratulations. You just got yourself an amazing unit. And if you don't have a healer and you pull Blaze Dingo, there you go. You got yourself a dual hybrid threat. You got an attack heavy guy with a lot of crazy healing. So, GG. But anyways, enough fanboying over Blaze Dingo. He's very awesome, very cool. To all those who pull him in the future, congratulations. You got an awesome unit. Hopefully we can pull him here on the channel so I can showcase him. But it is what it is. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. My next video that'll be coming at you guys will be talking about the new Araminthra, which I'm also pretty hyped about. When I first looked at her, I wasn't too overhyped. But then when I reread it again and I got to thinking, she's going to be amazing too. So we're going to get into her next. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Be sure to drop a like if you did. Comment below what you guys think about Blaze Dingo. Do you think attack and crit is the way to go? Speed and crit possibly as well is the way to go? Or would you rather build him some way else? Let me all know that and more in the comment section below. Be sure to join us in the description as well in our Discord so we can keep the conversation going before and after the videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, have an awesome day wherever you are. Peace.